Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 238
That's right.
of the Webcomics podcast. My name is Eric Tyler. Joining me today, Christian Tyler.
First of all, how's the sound? We had some sound issues last week. We've got a kind of a new setup here.
Is the camera
Does it
lagging? What's going on? Yes.
It's caught up.
It's back to where it's... Alright,
So-
sweet.
Is the sound good?
Now, technology... We haven't done this in a long time, the Call-In Show.
Call the show tech.
Welcome to the Call-In Show, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Loud and clear.
we'll see what
good.
happens. Now, I imagine this is more of a convenient time for the people.
Yeah, we were streaming early here for the
Back in the
Call-In
day,
show.
we used to do
Yeah,
whenever, but...
sure.
Yeah. Times
Now-
change.
We have the call-in show. We have some topics, about 5 topics from the people. If they don't turn up, I guess we'll just discuss it.
Okay.
Alright? Because people turning up is probably the hardest part about the call-in show.
Yes.
Now we've got Dart waiting. Dart has been on, I think, every call-in show. He's a classic
He's
guest.
professional. He's a professional.
He's a classic guest,
Right.
alright? He's a classy individual. Now let's see if anyone else turned up. They didn't. So we've got one guy waiting.
So what's going on with the week, Christian? What's happening?
The week in One Piece.
I'm
Still
sure.
not
I
about
assume topic of the show is the nonsense. That we
The
do.
nonsense, Road to Rough Part 2.
Right.
Even less information, but some funny shit. Alright?
Some hype quotes I'm gonna go with, even though
Okay.
they don't
Alright.
mean anything.
They don't mean anything, but, you know, they're fun. So, we got the call-in show. We got, Road to Raftel, a few things there. Eric, we got an all-time low amount of questions this week.
People ain't feeling it.
Guess how many questions we got?
Like 3.
3 questions. We have 3 questions this week.
One Piece is dead.
We are in the middle of the Hell period. Alright?
Yes.
This is the second week of Hell.
Power scaling is only gonna get us through it if we want views.
Alright, next week, I am going to confirm it is the damage calculation special. We're going to go through the Kaido.
I'm the arbiter of the damage calc.
I'll get all the feats. I'll grab all the feats, Eric.
I'm gonna
Every
judge them
hit,
all.
every scratch, every piece of damage. We're going to sit here, we're going to calculate it, and we're going to figure out
Now,
who
are
did
you
what.
gonna be annoying already? I'm preempting. Are you gonna be annoying
Yes.
and argue for Kid?
We're going to have to argue for Kid.
You're gonna have to argue for
We're
Kid.
going to have to argue for Kid.
Okay.
Because as much as I know he didn't do jack shit, we have to give him something.
What did we give him last time? Did we give him 0
We
last
gave him
time?
0.5. Eric was arguing for 0. the
What
whole
will
time.
be the Bajuan gun?
Exactly.
Gonna have to find out.
Now, do we bother doing Big Mom? Because it's going to enrage me.
Yes, we're gonna have to do Big Mom.
There's a lot to talk about with Kaido, Eric.
I know.
There's going to be a lot of feats we have to argue and quantify.
Do you think that's enough for a show for
Yes.
just Kaido? What about Big
Eric, you know how long we could discuss one attack? It's called Punk Vice.
Right. let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
When are we gonna do Big Mom? Because those records need to be standard. We need to write those records down for the people to understand.
I know, but the Big Mom bullshit,
Mom.
she got Mickey defeated. It's annoying as fuck.
How much damage will the bombs do?
The lava.
The lava, the
The
bombs.
full damage.
Full damage.
Alright, so...
0 full damage, as we know.
Alright. So, there's that next week. But Eric, another chapter of Scarlet Vixen has come out. It is a duel between the two main characters. Alright? A duel. Why did I do a duel? Why? To show the powers, Eric. To show the power system in play. There's a lot to explain, and we got to explain it. Alright?
Doesn't Shadow Soul explain the system?
Yes, but this is a new series, new people. You can't really ignore...
Let me ask you this specific question,
Yeah.
very specific.
Okay.
Why did you choose to do a power system?
Because I like power systems, Eric.
Is the system good?
The system is 100% rock solid,
Is it clean?
unbreakable.
No cap.
No cap, unbreakable.
Did you leave room for scope?
I did.
Is it gonna be some
See,
cap?
Eric, you have the base level shit,
Right.
then you have the elemental shit, and then you have the secret shit.
How much of it is will?
There's a lot of will. Alright? You're gonna have a strong will.
Of course, Christian. See, Christian. What the people don't understand is we are men of will.
If you don't have a strong will, you're weak, and I don't have time for you. Alright? In my story. You gotta have a strong will. You can have little character flaws, that's fine. But you gotta have a strong will. And my characters have strong wills, and that's what's good about it. All right, I don't want some
Bitch boy.
some bitch boy. Oh no, I don't know. No, you're gonna have a quest. You're gonna have goals. Otherwise, you ain't strong. All right, that's how it is.
Okay.
All right, it's kind of like, you know how like in the Force where you like lose connection with the Force bullshit.
Yeah.
All right, you can't have that shit. All right, that shit is lame. It doesn't make sense. It's whack. And, Eric, maybe we could talk about the Obi-Wan series at some point. All right.
I haven't seen it.
Because
I've only seen
the
clips
Force-
Glam sent me.
The Force might be the worst power system I've ever seen.
It's very arbitrary.
The
And
Force
random.
may be the worst power. It's worse than hockey.
Talk about it.
No,
Talk
we'll get
about
to it when we don't
Christian,
have...
we got 3 questions. We've got 1 guest.
We'll talk-
we
maybe we'll talk
gotta
about-
fill the time
Maybe
somehow.
we'll talk about it in Talk of the Show or somewhere else. But
Talk
we've
of the
got someone
show.
waiting.
All right. We got Glow. That's true. We do have Dart waiting.
All right.
Anyway, Scarlet Vixen competition wrapping up.
No,
Wrapped
Eric,
up.
I can't read, and apparently it's another month.
What?
We're halfway.
For what?
This competition.
Oh, July.
Yeah, July 31st, not June 31st. All right, so we've got another month.
Okay. So keep going.
We could keep going. That's right.
Okay.
So there you go. Chapter 5 comes soon. And I will say, get ready to be surprised. But there you go. All right. Now,
Please clap.
please get excited, as Nintendo would say. All right. I don't know if you want to mention the Nintendo Direct, but you know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but whatever. All right.
Nintendo Alnuma save me.
Let's go into the call-in show. And we'll pull our first guest.
Call and show.
Call-in show's here.
We're here with the people. Specifically one man.
We have
How many men?
5 people with 5 topics. Now, if they don't turn up, we'll still talk about their topic.
Okay.
All right.
So let's
Now,
pull Dart in. First topic.
We're gonna dive into the first topic. Now, I think this came up during last week when we were talking about Garp, and maybe we underhyped Garp.
You on the hype
Dart-
Garp because you were
Dart-
talking about Kid.
Dart's question is Garp too hyped?
Okay,
All right,
bring
we're
him
gonna
in.
Bring him in. Hello, Dart.
Dart, you're on the show. I cannot hear.
Hello,
There we go.
I'm always on the show. It's
Welcome.
me.
It's Dart. Everyone knows Dart. We haven't done a call show in a year.
10,000
but-
years. Correct.
Literally a year. The last one was in June.
All right, people in the chat. Yes, anyone can join. You must join the Discord. You must post your topic, because last time someone dropped the N-word, and we can't have that. We definitely
I would
can't
say
have
That
you-
maybe
I-
wasn't
I-
black. We don't know. We
Definitely
don't know.
wasn't black.
We don't. We bring our friends on.
That's fine, but you can't just be
right.
dropping N-words just for edginess.
Right.
All right. So, yes, anyone can join. You must join the Discord. You must post your topic, and I will only accept people I know or recognize in the chat. All right. I'm not taking
how
random people off the street
We don't know. We don't know.
because of last time, Eric.
We gave you a chance.
We did.
And you abused it.
We abused it. Now,
Anyway, Dart, you want to talk about Garp?
This is how desperate you guys are. Yeah, we'll take anyone.
No, we're saying that we can't let the people abuse it.
All right.
Anyway.
So yeah, my topic. I think Garp is too overhyped.
okay.
Like just for confirmation, the Garp on the power scale is the current Garp in the story, old man Garp.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to know what island feast does he have to be in high?
Christian.
All right.
Christian's the arbiter.
I don't know.
Here's the thing, Garp. Here's the thing with Garp, right? We have to do backwards power
Oh,
scaling with
here
Garp.
we go. Here we go.
Because-
You see, it's already started. It's already started. This is what I'm talking about.
See, Garp, you asked me the question about Garp. You gotta let me answer it, Dart. You can't just interrupt. All right, you gotta let me answer the question.
But most of the time the answer is, oh, it's because he's Garp.
All right, we have to do a little backwards power scaling with Garp. All right. Prime Garp. We're talking Emperor level. Is that fair?
Film Zero might have something to say. Chapter Zero might have something to say to that.
God Valley incident.
Right.
Roger and Garp took out Rocks, Big Mom, Kaido, Whitebeard.
Now we all know that's all because of dissonance in the
Now
court.
we all know, yes, and there's probably some fraudulence there.
Right. Big fraudulence.
Garp,
That will clown Garp
but
specifically.
Garp has equal. I would maybe not equal.
Not equal. Don't say equal.
Has high standing within the verse.
Right.
All right. He gets hyped, He's in the flashbacks.
Not a top
He
5
interacts
man.
with Roger.
Not a top 5
Not a
man.
top 5 man.
That's a high bar.
Shank's a top 5 man.
That's
Shank's a
right.
top 5 man.
Big Mom's a top 5 man.
Correct.
That's true.
Kaido, not top 5 man. Alright. So
We know who the
there's a
top
lot-
5
There's a lot. There's a lot of. And one of the questions is about the Kaido's top 5.
Okay.
So we might get into it.
Sure.
But Garp, you have to do backwards power scaling. He's half as strong. He's not what he used to be. So he goes down a tier into high.
Right.
Not top tier anymore. Used to be top tier.
Just a little,
Has to
just a
go
little
down.
update for the people on that kid Garp poll I did last week.
Garp,
Garp, 87% winner.
That's right.
No one's
I think
buying Kid.
I think that's overhyped, and I think that's more so because more people just don't like Kid, more so and more people like
Dude,
Garp,
Garp.
more so they think
Garp.
that Kid can actually like
Then
Garp.
where do you think Garp is
Where is Garp?
right now?
Garp, I'm looking at the. Let's see. If I look at the power scale right now, honestly, I don't think he could be anyone in high. He doesn't be Zoro or
High.
or Sanji.
Anyone.
High. He doesn't be any. Does he
What
be
about
Katakuri?
Doflamingo?
Does he be Marco? He cannot be Doflamingo.
Rayleigh.
He beat the shit out of Marco in Marineford. He
Did he?
blitzed him
Wait.
and punched him into the ground with Garp the Fist
God.
technique.
Wait.
When he
Garp.
cuffed him.
Let's take another old man that you love, Rayleigh.
That's right. High tier.
All right. Garp
And
had
that's-
surely Garp had a higher standing than Rayleigh back in the day.
That's true. That's true, Dart. Can't deny that.
Bro, but here's the thing though.
Yeah.
You guys done the research info and admitted that Ray is not as high as he used to be, and you brought him down a peg. You have
That's
not
right.
done the same for
No,
Garp.
no,
You have
no,
not
no,
done the same for
Dart,
Garp.
we have. Because
There's
Garp
but like
used-
on the power scale,
Okay.
it is current Garp in the story. And what
Yes.
you said in last week's show, to be an eye high, you have to have island level feats. And what we see in the story,
don't
he
you
has
dare.
no island level feats.
Don Jinjiao Island mountain busting training.
That was old Garp back in the day.
Yes.
That you said you have to go back, but on the power scale is the current old man Garp, not the one from
That's
God
true.
Valley.
That's true.
Not the one from his Marine days. The current old man Garp that we meet in post Enies Lobby. That's the one, the power scale, and he has no feats. He always throws giant cannonballs.
Yeah.
He's old, so his power's gone
He is
down.
old. It's true.
From what we see, he has no observation hockey, even though the Viva card says he does. But of course, we don't count that. Let me finish.
All right.
There are people that still to this day, even some YouTubers like, oh, Garp has to have Congress hockey, even though he has no show of it at all.
Okay.
And like he only has, from what we've seen, only basic level armament hockey. So I do
Basic
not
level.
think he deserves to be.
His name is
From
Garp
what
the
we've seen-
Fist. His name is Garp the Fist.
His name is.
His name could be whatever we want, but we haven't seen no armament, no nothing.
We've seen armament.
So Garp here uses your
never said we
argument
did
against you,
Armament.
Christian, saying, "Where's your iron level feet?"
I already told you this. As we have to do backwards scaling with Garp. Don Jinjiao could
Oh my
split a
goodness.
continent with his head.
Right.
Garp beat this man with a fist.
Folded his head in.
Therefore, Garp
Literally folded him.
Am I wrong, Dart?
But out back Garp. We're talking about the Garp now. That's not
This
the
is
Garp
true.
on the power scaling.
That's why he's
So then
not.
why do you have
That's
to
why.
backscale?
But that's why we backscale him to high because he used to be in top tier. With Roger Whitebeard, I think that's fair.
No, it's not fair because he has no eye level feats that he's shown in the
I
story
just
from back
explained
then.
it.
No, but that was back then, not the ones he's done
When,
now.
wait, but
and also,
Dart, when
also-
has power ever been reduced? Because of age. Even though Garp
When has
specifically
Garp
says
said
it does.
his strength was half reduced.
Okay.
listen, you guys use that argument. Don't flip it on me. You're the one that always says Garp. You're the one that always says that old age half the power. And if anything, Sengoku shouldn't be that high either. Because he's not as strong
Sengoku's
as
got
Garp.
feats though. At least you couldn't make Sengoku's got feats.
No, he has more feats than Garp.
It's a fact. I'm not going to deny this fact, Dart. But we have to acknowledge the legend of Roger. We have to acknowledge the legend of Garp. Garp possibly is the strongest Navy man of all time in his prime.
Right.
And that has to be
But
top
he's-
tier. That has to be top tier, Dart.
He could be high, but I don't believe he's as strong as any of those people in high.
He might be the bottom. He might be the bottom.
No,
Do you think that's fair?
he shouldn't be at the bottom. No, I do not think
Do
that's
you
fair. He
think
should
he's
be. Listen. He should be low. He should not be high. If anything, he should be lower to high. Cause listen, do you generally think Garp could be any of those people in high?
All right,
Yes.
Dart, for you, I'm gonna put a poll out. Law versus Garp. We'll see who wins.
This is the Thunderdome, Eric. We're gonna discuss this on this episode.
Sure, I'll put the poll out right now.
Pull it right now. But Eric,
Law versus Garp.
Law
Dart,
versus Garp.
What do you think about that?
Law should win 100%.
okay.
Law could be Garp. Kid could be Garp.
No.
Zora could be Garp.
Kid.
Flamingo could be the
Don't
Garp.
talk to me about Kid, man.
Oh yeah, what's Garp gonna do against Kid?
Punch him.
Tell me. Punch him? Punch him with the power that we've seen.
But
Even though
Dot,
Kid's taking
Dot.
hold on. Even though he's taking
Okay.
emperor level punch from Big Mom, and not to mention from what we've only seen, he only punches and throws giant cannonballs. And unless those are specific anti-metal iron balls,
Dot.
Kid could literally
Did he
use
not
magnetism.
fold Don Chinchao's head in?
He did.
Back in the day, but we're talking about the current Garp now in the power scaling, and current Garp cannot beat most of the people in
Final
high.
thoughts on Garp, Christian.
Eric. All right. Let me just explain this. Garp speed blitzed a full speed ancient mythical Zord Marco going for ace
Mythical's on bird.
in the air.
Speed blitzed him.
Smacked him out of the air, full power, sent him into the dirt. What? How is Kid dealing with that speed? Shave, Skywalk,
Rakugan.
a Garp hockey fused
How?
Raikugan.
How?
Get
How?
out of here, Dot.
How?
You've lost.
Hold on. No,
lost.
I have not lost. How? He uses awakening to put him to magnetize him
Cap.
and have him keep sticking there, so that he won't do it. Cap?
Paper
We've
art.
seen.
Paper
We've
art
seen.
plus
paper
observation
art.
hockey. What are you gonna do?
He has no observation hockey. Where? Show me where he has observation hockey.
Hey man, he let Luffy hit him. Alright?
caught-
He let Luffy hit him.
He
We all know
caught
this.
he caught Marco.
Show me.
He caught Marco.
And listen,
Caught Marco
hold
Miller.
on. Listen. If you admit that Garp has observation hockey, that's in the Viva card. So that means that you're believing things in the Viva card because him having observation candle.
We saw
has not been
we
shown
saw
the
the
battle.
armament in the flashback. We've seen the armament. from
Okay,
Garp.
yes, we have his armament. That we all know this, but he has no observation hockey,
But,
so he has no way of dodging anyone's attacks.
But,
He has no conqueror's hockey. He has no cock. Like he has no cock. How about that?
No, he's got big cock.
He's got big cock energy,
No, he-
alright?
He's got big
There
cock,
was
but
a
he got no
Conqueror's
cock.
there was a Conqueror's hockey clash with Don Chinjiao in the flashback. What do you think about that?
Yeah, back in the day, but that's not the Garp
He's
we're
still got
talking about. We're talking about the Garp
conquerors.
fish.
You don't lose conquerors.
No,
You don't lose conquerors.
he doesn't have conquerors. He does not have conquerors hockey. He has not shown it. He's not.
No.
There's nothing there.
Don
Garp,
No.
so Dart, when we see the
This-
drip,
this-
when we
this is not
see
very
when we
hard.
see the drip in the God Valley incident, what are you gonna say then?
That's still Garp back in the day and not now. And even if it was, and you think that I would admit that I'm wrong. But also,
Alright.
Garp was a Roger. It wasn't him by himself.
I know. So Dart, who's Garp gonna fight in the final war?
No one.
No one. He's just gonna sit there folded.
Just like he kind of did in Marineford. Did you really think if they didn't hold Garp down, he would have taken Akainu?
Christian.
It would have been a high extreme diff. But,
So you
but
think
Akainu
Garp would have
was
beat
winning.
Akainu?
No, but
Akainu's winning.
Yeah. High extreme diff though.
All right. Garp has
Oh my
had
God.
Dart has had his say.
Dart has had his say.
What are the
That-
people
that-
saying
that-
in the
that-
chat?
We've got
that-
people who agree. We've got people who disagree. Your only supporter is young Obama, which means you're already taking the L.
Oh,
So-
okay.
That is a big L.
That is all right. So
I don't know. Is it a big L or because Young is everywhere in the community? So that means that's a bigger L.
all right.
He's
all right,
everywhere.
All right. He's our mod in the chat. We love young Obama here, but we know he's got some wild takes. So shout out to Dart. We appreciate Dart coming in with his
Listen,
question.
there's no one here. Just let me be here. There's no one else here.
What else is there to say about Garp? You know.
No, I mean like just let me be in the rest of the show.
For the rest of the show. No, get out of here. Get him out of here. All right, he's asking
All
for
right.
too much. Get him out of here.
See you, Dart.
See
We
ya.
appreciate you coming.
Goodbye.
We appreciate you here. All right. Now we do have another man in the general, but we don't know what this man's question is. DJ Jack.
Which is very conservative. very-
So we're gonna wait till DJ Jack posts his question in the general chat.
We're gonna give him 3 minutes.
But we'll move on to the second question.
Yes.
Coming in from Bindle. He's in the chat. I don't know why he's not here, but whatever. From Bindle. His second question is Black Blades. Luckily for us, we went down the rabbit hole yesterday.
Yeah, we found it.
We went down the rabbit hole and we researched Black Blades, Eric. What are your thoughts on Black Blades, first of all?
Clearly the end game result of being the best swordsman of the world. I think, anyway.
So, you need to master the blade. Is it a haki feat or some spiritual nonsense?
Spiritual nonsense.
Eric, see, maybe we'll get into this in talking the show.
Right.
But the Road to Raftel says, is it haki only or does it require something else?
Something else.
Right? What is this something else? The mastery of
Now,
the
Gukimaru says that Ryuma turned to black through
countless battles.
Countless battles and legacy.
Yes,
And only when he died, he became the sword god.
that's true.
Zoro must reach sword goddom to get the black blade. How? Why? Don't know.
The black blade now.
Perhaps only when you surpass a sword's master, Gushin, do you get the black blade.
But is it going to be a rhythm of all things mastery, or is it a Armin Haki?
I don't know if it can be
Sure
haki,
shit.
to be honest.
But Eric, Mihawk says anyone can turn a sword into a black blade when he teaches
When he put haki on
when
it.
he put Haki on his blade.
But the black blade isn't haki. Because it doesn't do damage by itself. You still need to put haki on it. Regardless.
yeah.
So,
Here's the thing, right? Black Blades right now, big mystery. Is it really going to be explained well? Is it a Bleach scenario where you're going to, like, master the will of the blade?
Oda just told her what curses are, and
Yeah.
that's literally 1,000 chapters later.
And that's kind of a Bleach thing, where it's like the soul of the blade,
Right.
with the mastery of the blade, the weapon itself.
And Enma's telling Zoro things.
Is the Black Blade the Bankai of the One Piece verse?
Maybe.
And only 2 people have ever done it.
I really don't think it's a power-up. I think it's a status symbol.
I mean, it's hard to really showcase this power-up because it's already a thing with Arm and Haki.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, Zoro
It
will
might
turn...
make the sword heavier or sharper.
Yeah.
But-
I think Zoro will only turn Wado
Maybe
black.
the Green Reaper has got something to do with it.
Maybe.
That we saw.
I think Zoro only turns Wado Ichimonji black. He doesn't turn anyone... he can't have 3 black swords, otherwise the value is just non-existent.
I agree. I think the symbolism only works with Wado.
I think Wado
Because he
Ichimonji
carries the
yeah.
sword to the top, because of Kuina.
Yeah.
The other 2 turning black doesn't really do much for me. Although he did say he wanted to turn Emma black.
Well, Tekuyama said Wado or Enma.
Alright.
So, I think Wado is gonna turn black, but yeah, I think there's too much interest in swords in One Piece, where it's like it's kind of a thing, but not really.
Yeah.
There's so much more to Haki, so much more to delve through. It's like black blades and blades in general. It's kind of like this weird like Zoro obsession with swords and shit. So, you know.
Anyway, next question. We got a donation, by the way, didn't we?
I think we did. We'll scroll up to the donation and we'll move on to the next question. If DJ wants in, he's gonna post his question in the general. All right, that's the rule, DJ. I can't have people coming in with wild shit. All right, from Japanese Jim, who's stronger, Christian or Eric?
Me.
Stronger.
No contest.
I'll give you the strength. All right, I'll give you the strength.
Christian's gonna argue that he has more tenacity, that he's more wily.
More will, more tenacity.
More will.
That's how it is, man.
If
You
you
know?
say so. I don't know about that.
There you go. Alright, apparently the judge is here, but you gotta go with the general chat judge. Alright? We can't really... He's next. So, if this man gets in the general chat, we will pull him in.
The general VC, that
The general
is.
VC. I wonder if I could just move him in there. He is there. Alright, so we're gonna pull the judge in.
What's his question?
Don't really know how good his mic is or anything, or if it's working.
We'll see.
So we'll roll the dice on the judge. His question is Carter's top 5.
Alright.
Alright. The judge. Hello, you are on the show, the judge. Or should I just call you
Hello.
the judge?
Judgy.
Judgy.
Hello there. What's up, you guys?
We're good, man. So we hear you. Maybe you're a bit soft. If you could up your mic a little bit.
Bit soft. Maybe if
Okay.
I get close.
Yeah.
Is this okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's better. All right. So you're here.
Okay.
What is your
Yeah,
topic?
I'm here. My topic is about Kaido's top 5.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Eric,
Yes.
me and you, we talked about how you put Shanks over Roger.
Yeah.
Yeah, was that the case before or after Kaido's top 5?
I mean, for me, you know how I feel about Shanks. But the top 5 solidified everything we've been talking about for a long time.
That's right. So
Solidified him for being number 1 all time.
Yes.
But it does not say that Shanks is stronger than Roger or on his level.
Right.
It's just Kaido's top 5.
The top 5 alone doesn't do this, but there are... See, this is my very specific thing, right? That no one ever talks about.
all right, go.
Luffy's goal, per se, is to surpass Shanks, as seen in Chapter 1. Now,
Is it?
as
He did say
Shonen,
this. He did say
as
this.
Shonen
Chapter
goes, the final goal is the strongest. So,
Is he the final though?
to surpass Shanks.
His original goal
Is
is
he-
to surpass Shanks, and then we got the Pirate King shit.
Right.
So-
Well, Luffy says, I'm going to be Pirate King, and then Shanks replies, so you're going to surpass us.
Yeah.
So the implication
thing-
is Luffy only surpasses Shanks with the Pirate King status.
No, not exactly. The problem is like Roger's portrayal is so far ahead of Shanks, it's unbelievable.
Shanks isn't really in the plot,
yeah.
so it's a bit difficult.
Does it matter? Because
I mean, but Roger surpasses everyone.
wait, hold
What
on.
is generation?
Big Mom ranks Prime Whitebeard over Shanks and Kaido.
Has Big Mom tasted Shanks?
That's true. She
Wait
is
a
a,
minute.
she does
You rank-
respect her generation too much, right? She doesn't
No
respect
one
Luffy,
puts.
All right.
The thing is, no one puts the Yonko on Roger's level or higher. No one.
Except
It's
Kaido.
always the other way around.
Except Kaido, that's true.
Except Kaido.
No, Kaido didn't do that.
Kaido did do that. He said, how high is the ceiling? And he put
He the only current
Legends.
person who's alive on that list
his Shanks.
is Shanks.
It's Shanks. Yeah, like
That's right.
Shanks stands out the most in Kaido's top 5. But to use Kaido's top 5 to say Shanks is over Pirate King level is just absurd. Because the portrayal of Roger is better than Shanks.
I don't disagree that the betrayal is better.
But
Then how?
we're using the Shonen logic.
Shonen
The
logic.
Shonen logic of surpassing the master but to get the goal would mean surpassing
not-
Roger and
And
surpassing Shanks.
Shanks was Roger's apprentice.
Would you say this? Is Shanks' crew more impressive than Roger's crew? Because Rayleigh and
Impressive?
Scopper are kind of that's it. You know what I mean?
Impressive?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Well, why?
No, the only crew that could maybe compete with the Roger Pirates are the Rocks Pirates. And that's it.
Ooh. So you think Rayleigh and Scopper are that good?
Of course. Well, oh yeah, I forgot. Like you and Cole are dunking on Prime Rayleigh like he's currently.
Current
I'm not
level.
dunking on
Prime-
Prime Rayleigh. I just don't think he was Admiral Emperor level.
I think he was. I think he was an
right now
admiral
in Rayleigh?
level.
Sorry?
Is Prime Rayleigh losing to Luffy?
Now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Is he losing to Luffy?
Yeah.
See what I mean? That's cap.
I don't think that's controversial.
It is actually controversial. I think you
I'll
guys
put a
might be
poll
in
up
the
if you
minority.
like.
Yeah.
You could go ahead.
Okay,
All right,
I'll put
all
a
right.
poll
We
up.
might do that later. But see, the thing with Kaido's top 5 is it puts
Yeah.
so much
Listen,
respect on
the-
Shanks' name.
The Roger over Shanks thing is the Shanks over Roger thing is maybe a bit hyperbolic. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But Shanks
gas.
is top 1 right now and close to Roger's level, if not on it.
I would say minimum
doesn't sound
Shanks.
like-
In strength, I can't because he's not the Pirate King, so I can't say he has equal status.
That's
But Eric,
nowhere
the
in
pi-
the story though.
But the Pirate
Okay,
King,
so-
the Pirate King is a different title than it was back then. The Pirate King was just Roger happened to find Raftal, didn't have to really find anyone, didn't really have to do anything.
Right.
The Pirate King title
No,
is way harder to get
it-
now.
Wait, it was on the heels of everything Roger done though.
But it is so locked up by the other emperors that you have to beat
Okay.
everyone to get the Pirate King title. Before,
Okay, listen.
Roger just had to fucking basically
Sail
steal off
around,
Big Mom
yeah.
and then go to Fishman
Roger-
Island, and then he got to Raftel. You know? That's-
Okay, so listen. Roger definitively stands above the world's strongest swordsman because of Mihawk's comment. Remember, if I can
Yeah,
use a
yeah,
clue.
definitely. Okay.
Yes. He stands above the admirals and Yonko because of Don Chinjao's statement. Because when Luffy
Roger,
said,
yes.
yes, if you want to be Pirate King, you have to surpass the admirals and Yonko, and then you have to surpass Goldie Roger's legend himself.
Okay.
And then Chinjao was not impressed that Luffy had Conqueror's Haki. He told Luffy, listen, the sea is full of Conqueror's Haki users, but the one who stands above these conquering kings is the only one who can be called the Pirate King.
Yes.
So Roger,
let me
like,
ask you
by
this question, right? Who's
Go ahead,
closest to Roger's level right now? Is it Blackbeard or is it Shanks?
among pirates, it's Shanks, without a doubt.
There you go. Now I agree
Yeah,
that saying Shanks is stronger than Roger is maybe a bit much. It's more of a hyperbolic statement.
But this is the Red
That's
Force
putting-
podcast.
This
that
is
is
a Red
putting
Force
it-
podcast.
But this is the Red Force podcast,
That is-
right?
A bit. Wait, that is putting it so
But we
mildly.
also don't rate Roger like
Yeah, I'm not gonna rate Roger that much
crazy
higher
over the
than
other
them,
guys.
yeah.
He's not that much stronger than the rest.
He's not, but he's distinguished though.
He is. He's distinguished.
He's
I'm not gonna go like that.
He's distinguished. Like Big Mom puts Prime Whitebeard on a higher pedestal than Shanks and Kaido, and Prime Whitebeard
Yeah,
is
but
under
yeah, but
Rocks.
we gotta remember.
Rocks, I would argue, is under Roger.
But
We gotta remember the respect Big Mom has for the
you
Rocks
talk about Big
Pirates.
Mom's respect,
and
but
all
what
crew.
about the respect Kaido puts on Shanks' name?
That's true.
Putting him with Rocks,
He's old
Roger,
captain.
Whitebeard.
These old legends
He's
of the past.
talking about the stealing of the verse, in his opinion.
Yeah, the ceiling and Shanks is involved.
Shanks is involved.
He's involved, but he's not. But he's not on
I don't
Roger's
see
level.
Garp. I don't see Mihawk. I don't see Big Bum.
And that's the other thing I want to talk about. Listen, Garp takes by far the biggest hit from Kaido's top 5
I agree.
because
Yeah,
Kaido
I
was
agree.
there and saw him in action. So according to Kaido, he was not very impressed with Garp during the incident. He even puts Odin over Garp.
Yeah, I agree. This is my big call. Garp is not going to look that good at the Rocks Valley when we get it. Roger will be the main man, and we all know that.
Here's the bullshit with Odin. I legitimately think Oda wants us to think Odin is that guy.
Yeah.
He wants us to think
Yeah.
he's fucking top 5 prime bullshit. But do we believe it? Not really. But
Right.
Oda's trying to gas
What,
it.
what, but Kaido says he's stronger than Garp, stronger than Big Mom.
I know, but
I know, but Oda didn't really put in the work on screen for us to like feel that way, but he's just trying to say that it is.
I blame that on Oda. You don't
Yeah,
get the
yeah,
sense that he's that strong in his flashback because of the way it's flushed out.
Yeah.
But if you look at like the things like listen, according to Zoro, like trying to use Conqueror's Haki, a few minutes he dies. And,
Yeah.
Odin can use that no problem.
Yeah, fucking around with it while he was 7.
he was 18 using
Zoro
it.
hit King a couple
Crushing
of
it.
times.
Yeah.
Zoro hit King like 2 or 3 times, then it was over.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So-
that fight's fucking weird bullshit where like King's not using his defense when he uses the flame dragon drum and it's like kind of weird.
If Odin fought King, he's rolling King.
Yeah. Easily.
Oh yeah. The Paradise Tatsuka is
It's overpowered.
But back to what I was saying, like Garp clearly takes a hit.
Yeah, Garp down bad.
I never thought Garp was Pirate King level. People thought like when Roger said we nearly killed each other many times, people thought like he was a Whitebeard when he was really
Again,
a smoker.
the context matters.
Yeah.
Buggy will say the
Yeah.
same thing about Luffy.
No, listen. The majority of the fandom took that face value. Like
Yeah.
Garp was a Whitebeard, but no, he was a smoker.
I don't know about Smoker.
Smoker's
Smoker's
absolute
down.
trash
I don't know about
garbage.
Kaido.
Yeah.
It's Kaido. Ask Kaido if he's a Whitebeard.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Well, we
the-
appreciate
we appreciate the
we
question.
understand what you're saying. Garp does take a hit from the top 5. People don't want to admit
Now
it.
then.
People sweaty about Garp.
people sweating about the
Now
top
then, why does this top 5 apply to Mihawk?
you know, people do that thing where they see a Shanks feat and then they try and give it.
Yeah,
to,
well, every time Shanks gets buffed, Mihawk gets buffed. That's just how it is.
That's how
Not me.
people act. You know,
Not exactly. But why does it apply to Mihawk?
it doesn't.
People are using the top 5 against Mihawk. I don't know why.
Well, Mihawk's like, did he fight Kaido because Kaido met Mihawk? All that kind of bullshit. But I think it's more about who Oda's trying to hype up at the moment, and he's obviously trying to hype up Shanks. So
My rebuttal to using the top 5 against Mihawk is that you don't have the evidence to say Kaido knows the power of Mihawk. I'm not talking about fighting Mihawk. How does he know how strong is Mihawk? You can make the case that he knows how strong is Rayleigh, how strong is Garp, how strong is Shiki, how strong is Odin,
Big
how
Mom.
strong is Garp. Yeah, how strong is Big Mom because he's seen them or fought them. But with Mihawk, you can't really say that. Okay. With Dragon, you can't say that. With Blackbeard, you can't say that.
Okay.
And I heard like Cole's rebuttal, like he says like Kaido has a strong claim, therefore you can use it against Mihawk.
It's just annoying because, people say Shanks is a swordsman, but they won't say.
We basically use it against Mihawk because people say like Mihawk's stronger than Shanks, and it's just annoying. So you go, oh well, why isn't Mihawk in the top 5? You know, that's basically what it's used for.
So it's for trolling.
It's a bit of troll, it's a bit of both, because like everyone just wants to give Mihawk things he doesn't have. Like, oh, if Shanks gets this, then Mihawk has to get it. It's kind of that thing. Yeah.
That's not my thing.
But yeah.
Anyway,
I'm just saying.
We appreciate you coming on the show, Judge.
Thank you.
Top 5.
Top 5 might have been the wildest thing Oda's ever done.
It is wild.
Not really. It made sense. It made sense.
It's just wild for power scaling. Anyway, people bring it up.
We appreciate you coming on the show.
Appreciate you coming. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Cheers.
We'll see you. We'll see you around.
See you guys.
All right. Top 5 controversial, Christian.
Yeah. Narek. Now,
what?
Bindle has returned, but apparently he's got a new topic.
What's this?
Alright, we got confirmation that Bane. Alright, well, Bindle, we trust Bindle here. We'll bring him in. He's a long time member of the Discord.
Alright.
So we'll bring Bindle in for his topic. There you go.
Bindle, welcome to the
Bindle,
show.
you're on the show.
Hello, gentlemen. First of all, Christian, I'm surprised you did not mention JoJo Returns in September.
Yeah, I forgot to mention it. I was talking about it pre-show.
Right.
There you go. Shout out JoJo.
There you go.
Now,
But
Bindle, we
my
already...
topic will be spicy. I guarantee it. Yes.
We already talked about Black Blades, so you have to pick it up.
Yes, I know. I saw that.
Yeah.
That's why I brought up a new topic.
Okay,
but it
new
will be
topic.
spicy.
All right.
It has to do with edgy characters.
Oh, here we go.
Go on.
Here we go.
So, why does any Twitter insist that edgy characters are always complex and good, especially when complex does not automatically mean good? Case in point, I will say Obito, trash. Sasuke after he finds out the truth about Itachi, trash. They're both really edgy, but also not well written. So what's the fascination with edgy equals complex and good?
Here's the thing with edgy characters. And edgy characters are diminishing returns. You start the story, there's mystery, there's intrigue, there's angst and pain behind the tough guy facade.
But the question is, Christian, is it justified?
That's what the answers to these questions always are disappointing.
Right.
It starts off with mystery and hype. Now, Bindle, we're getting a little feedback from your mic. Don't know if it's rubbing on something.
My bad.
But try and keep it steady.
All right.
But yeah.
There you go. But the edgy characters. So yeah, I was just saying, like, they start as a mystery, they start as intriguing because there has to be a reason for their edginess.
Right.
And that's why people get interested in these characters.
And usually the Edge Master carries raw abilities.
Yeah,
raw
he's more
movements.
brutal, he gets the job done.
Those one-liners.
He does one-liners, he doesn't care about people's feelings and shit. All that kind of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Look at Sasuke, he's sulking in the corner in Team 7. He's not really participating. He hates Naruto, whatever, right? There's conflict, there's intrigue there, there's something to get attached to, right? But then when the answers actually come, the character loses all interest because the mystery has been solved. And then there's nothing left. And the character is complete, therefore people lose interest.
So when you get the answer, you either evolve the character, or he stays an edgy fool for no reason.
Well, here's the thing. If the character's whole point is to be edgy and have angst, getting rid of that solves the character, and he's no longer interesting. And that's what happens to all these edgy characters, right?
Yes.
Man, well, people are gonna bring up Guts, which is like an anomaly because it's maybe the only well-written one. Like,
And also, but he has moments where he's chill and not edgy, right?
Yeah.
Like he gets along with other people, especially since that's his arc. It's like, okay, I've been betrayed.
Yeah.
I trust people. I got betrayed again, but now I'm trusting people again. So there's a balance, believe it or not.
yeah. So yeah, Guts is a multi-dimensional character, which is why the edginess kind of works. Because if you're just the edge, it doesn't work. Alright, so but the fascination with edgy characters is, you know, a lot of people maybe get into anime in their teenage years where they're the most edgy, so they relate to those characters, and then there's nostalgia behind it, all that kind of shit. Alright, well, you know, me and Eric, I don't think we ever went through an edgy phase. Like,
Not particularly.
had an edgy phase. So
no Linkin Park.
no, alright, I don't think we ever had an edgy phase. Alright. So,
One of my great famous quotes is "Music is dumb."
music is dumb. That's Eric in grade 10. Fucking 16. Music is dumb. There you go. That's Eric's statement on music and edginess. So
Yeah,
That's
you know, because what I think is just as fascinating as people's fascination with edgy characters is the jolly character that all of a sudden goes to a very dramatic point and then has to, you know, balance that out or overcome it. You know,
Listen, the only thing
but people don't gravitate to that.
Yeah.
But they just gravitate towards edginess.
The only
which
thing
is
that's
odd.
the only thing that's interesting is like contrast and conflict, right? You don't want to have the same note all the time.
well, you need the jovial kind of strong-willed character to carry the edgy character. Otherwise, you don't have a story.
Right, and then you show at some point they get serious, that it's more raw because they're never serious.
Yeah, it's kind of like you know, it's the classic Goku in Z.
Right.
He's fucking around, he's fun, but when he gets serious, it's raw, right? But see, people assume they already know this character, and they just throw him out because we already know this character, we know what's gonna happen. It's easy to understand and easy to figure
The
out.
reason why the edgy man falls apart because the only way he can go is to get softer, and people only like him for the edge. So once you remove the edge, it becomes more round and soft. People don't like it.
Is that what's gonna happen with kid fans? Later in the
It's
story?
probably already happened.
Probably already happened.
They didn't really like last week
Or the week where
when Luffy was
yeah.
fucking around with Kid.
Yeah.
So
the Edge Masters, the Edge Masters are always down bad because the arc for the Edge character is to not be edgy anymore.
right.
Therefore, you're always gonna lose with the edgy character because he will never stay edgy. Because that's the arc, is to not be edgy.
And if you find out what it is and it's some petty shit,
Yeah.
no respect.
No respect. So yeah, if you love an edgy character, you're always gonna be down bad.
Let me ask you this, Bindle.
Go ahead.
Do you have any respect for a character that doesn't have the will to improve?
No, they're trash.
Right. So you always
Why
require the
should
will
I
to
care
improve.
about them? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because all humans, for the most part, want to improve, right? Want to see growth. If you don't have that will, why should I care about you? You're lame. So yeah.
There you go. So the edgy character is always a losing game. You got to be careful with the edgy character. But there you go. We appreciate.
Unless he's the Zoro type, which is just raw
Zoro's
in the
not
back.
edgy. Zoro's
Right.
not edgy.
He's
just
barely
raw.
He's not
edgy.
edgy.
He's just raw.
He's got those stupid one-liners when he cuts someone.
He's just raw.
He's just raw.
He's like 80s action movie raw.
Right. He's not edgy though.
There's no edge.
Right.
Right? He's never sad. He's never upset. He's just raw. Right? That's it. So there you go. We appreciate Bendel coming in to the show with his
Thank you,
topic.
Bindle.
Thank you,
Edgy
Bindle.
character
No
is
problem.
always a hot topic on this show.
That is true.
Yep.
All right.
Catch y'all later.
Just say it, man.
And maybe with that, it concludes the call-in show.
Call-in show
We go for about 45 minutes.
done. Topic of the show. Oh, how strong is Shanks, Christian? How could I forget?
How strong is Shakes? All right. Well, let me just take this off. I don't need this anymore.
Okay. You wanna mute the Discord in case we get any funny business?
Sure. Well, they can't get in here anyway.
But regardless.
Regardless. There you go. All right. So there's the call-in show. We appreciate the people turning up. We appreciate the questions. Yeah, edgy characters, dude. Like,
Do you
it's a hard balance.
Do you have the will to write an edgy character?
I'll write an edgy character, but it has to be plain.
Is it like Hot Topic Edge or is it real? Like, are you writing a real edgy character? Because I don't think. I mean, you could, but depends what you're trying to say with it. Because again, the arc is ultimately to overcome.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? Would you write a damn bad man in a hole? Edgy, horrible things happen. Would you have the main character slap him in the face and go, "You gotta have the world to change"?
Yes.
Would that get people mad?
No.
I think that would get some people mad.
That's the arc of the edge character.
You're slapping the mouth,
Get better.
being like, "Hey man,
Because otherwise there's nowhere to go. You can't get more edgy.
sure your parents
No,
died."
it's a diminishing returns. As I've said multiple times, edginess is diminishing returns. You get to a point where sympathy turns into resentment.
Right.
Where you're like, I don't give a fuck about your bullshit anymore. You either change or you stop complaining. But that's just storytelling shit. But you know, it's a fine balance.
Doesn't reflect reality, Christian. We always speak about this. Narrative is not reality.
Narrative is definitely not reality.
Right.
We've talked about this multiple times.
Don't be writing real characters, because no one wants that.
Real people, inconsistent, no real internal logic,
Crazy.
self-interest is all they care about.
Self-righteous, for sure.
Self-righteous, and they always think they're right, and they'll never back down.
And then they'll manipulate their own internal...
Don't write real characters. Write stories
Real,
characters.
real people always manipulate their so-called, like, values.
And everyone does this. We're not
Yeah,
saying...
sure.
Yeah, everyone does this.
Everyone manipulates their so-called values to their own self-interest.
That's right. Alright, now what? We're moving on to How Strong is Shanks. If this camera stops freaking out on us. But there you go. How Strong is Shanks.
Here we are.
How strong is Shanks? Every week, we come to you with the topic of how strong is Shanks? And every week, we say Shanks is strongest, Shanks is God King. But there are people out there who think Kaido's the strongest. The man who's not even an emperor anymore. He's down bad. His stock has fallen sharply. There are people out there who think Blackbeard's the strongest. I don't see him in the top 5, as we just discussed.
No top 5 status.
No top 5 status. There are people out there who claim that sweatiest man on the planet, Alkayun, is the strongest. They're wrong, they're incorrect. Folded by Whitebeard. How can we forget? People that think Mihawk is strongest, I'm not even gonna fucking bother with this one, you know.
Next.
And the worst of all, people out there think I'm the strongest. Now, every week we come with 100% factual information. This week's is Shanks is so strong that the Road to Raftal references him as a noble lion who is waiting to do something fucking crazy. And
Direct quote.
when he makes moves, the world fucking notices, alright? When the animals make moves, no one fucking cares,
Correct.
alright? Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is God King. Moving on to Road to Raftal 2 information. Not much this week, but you know, we could get a little bit of a
Little
bullshit,
taste?
little taste of something. There you go.
This camera's done.
Go with the show.
Road to Raftal.
Now, I find this interesting because they're giving us the setup for the final saga.
Right.
And Shanks versus Blackbeard seems to be one of the plot points. Alright? We've had a bit of recap on Raftal, Roger, all that kind of shit.
This whole article, though, hits me like an editor just did what he wanted.
Yeah. But Eric, obviously it's good versus bad.
Right.
Shanks, good, versus Blackbeard, bad. Alright? I think that's obvious. I think that's becoming more and more obvious. Alright? Shanks versus Blackbeard will be happening at some point. It's gonna be wild, it's gonna be crazy, alright? But, for now, we're talking about what's in this fucking article. Not much. Just a bit of recap about crazy shit happening in the world.
Bit of swords.
Bit of swordmanship. Kaido's weapon
One of the great swords.
Ungraded sword.
Right.
It is a sword though, which is
A blade.
a bladed weapon.
Right.
Can we just call them weapons at this point?
Yes.
The weapons, alright? Kaido's club is a weapon of
Significance.
It's ungraded. Who knows what grade it is? Same with Law's weapon. Ungraded. Well, Oda, just fucking give us the 12 supreme grades. Yeah. Like, legitimately.
Shanks the Sword Griffin, of course. How could we forget?
How can we forget? Now, I have to apologize for this camera. Do we turn it off? Or do we just let
Just keep on going, man.
people deal with the bullshit? But there you go. So, the name blades. No real new information here, just, shit we already know.
Basically just talking shit about Blackbeard and Whitebeard. Recap.
Yeah. And then, we got a few sketches, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about Long Neck Kaido?
No good.
No good?
These are these WoW enemies I don't like.
Yeah. And you're gonna be playing as them. Kind of.
Sword, not as long neck.
Alright. The Long Neck Kaido, no good. Alright. Eric was worried about this before Wano. He's like, I don't want to see no long neck.
No long neck Kaido. We didn't get it.
We
Oda's
didn't get it.
smart.
You know why? It ruins the proportions and takes away from Kaido's raw strength.
Yeah.
You can't have a big head,
You can't have a long neck.
can't have a long neck and a big head, ruins the proportions, we don't get this power from the form. So we appreciate Oda going in the right direction, Eric. We also have a few sketches of the Flying Six. Most interesting one, Black Maria. Supposed to be a Stegosaurus. Oda goes, no. I need titties.
Right.
So I'm going to go with the Spider Centaur.
Even though he had ulti.
Even though he had ulti, he needed more titties. So he said, no, we're going with Spider Centaur lady. Okay. Oda played Dark Souls. He saw Qualic. He's like, alright, let's do that.
Sure.
So, some people are upset about where's the explanation on this new hybrid form. Whatever.
Well, Jack was a drug, so we assume Black Mirror is a drug.
The changed Queen made to change the form of the Zoan.
Yeah.
Okay. And we get to see Jack's hybrid form in the sketches.
Never seen before.
The one Eric hated the most.
The Ganesh man.
The Ganesh man. Eric hated it.
Didn't happen.
And it didn't happen.
They did fight his trunk for a bit.
They did.
Thank God Sanji wasn't kicking it. 'Cause I don't want to see that. Alright.
Yeah. Alright. And that concludes the Road to After Part 2. Next week, Oden and Yamato, Eric. Everyone's favorite.
Hype.
Everyone's favorite. So we'll see that.
Maybe Oda will clarify. Maybe they'll clarify Enma.
Maybe they'll clarify Yamato joined the crew, because some people still on cope.
Who?
There's people out there that are still on cope.
Okay.
Alright, but there you go. Moving on to the Thunderdome.
Thunderdome. Garp v. Law.
Yeah, we kind of
Hot
already
topic.
started talking about this. Where's the poll at? For a little taste.
Before I look at the poll, I feel like the old man Shura's mantle is starting to fall a little bit. What do we got here?
But Eric, Law now has the defense.
Law 47, Garp 54.
Garp's still in the lead.
Garp's still in the lead.
Now we all know Garp was bloodied by that Monkey D Gear 2 fist. His defenses aren't what they used to be.
No.
Alright, held down by Sengoku was that raw physicality. Did Garp really want to kill him? Kind of some emotional bullshit going on there. But
Does Garp have the Emperor Haki not to be shambled?
he's got Conquerors. So, but Law could switch Doflamingo.
Yes.
Although, did he? Or did he just switch Luffy? Did Law ever shambles Doflamingo?
Not that I can remember.
Yes, when he did the overheat.
Rare.
So he's
He
already
turned
done-
him around.
Turned him
so he
around and
sliced-
shot it somewhere
shot
else.
the building.
Alright, yes, he teleported Mingo.
Yes. Krum, we
Of
know
course.
the Law nonsense. He has the defense now.
Yeah,
So Garp ain't one shot on this man.
that's true.
Antibacterial curtain.
Antibacterial curtain, whatever the
Wait,
fuck that does.
Maybe the anime will tell us what it is.
Is it a shield? Does it nerf damage? We don't really
Does
know.
he become transparent, translucent?
Yeah. Garp vs. Law. After the showing, the very impressive showing, the lunacy of this
Now in the same tier.
fucking showing in Onigashima, no one expected this.
Are you gonna give it to Law?
By the fates, by what we've seen,
Garp's old.
Garp's old. He's kind of fallen apart defensive wise, as Whitebeard was.
Yes.
I think we'd have to give it to Law.
Somehow, someway, Garp.
Somehow,
Law
someway,
massive.
Garp got the defense at the asshole.
Law, yeah. Law got some massive.
Law got so much defense
Just
out of
base.
nowhere.
Okay.
Taking Margwas, taking Big Mama Haki
Right.
fists.
Sure.
Alright. Apparently, there's nowhere stated that Big Mom's been nerfed since old age. No one said that or stated that.
2-shot Big Father.
One shot page 1. Where was the Conqueror's coding? That's a question for another time.
We always talk about that.
Where was the Conqueror's
Maybe we'll bring
coding?
that up next week.
Perhaps. The damage calculation.
So you want to give it to Law? Gunman knife?
The Gunman knife's broken. Law has the speed via shambles bullshit.
Right.
Right? So we're gonna have to give it to Law. Alright. Now what's the poll? The poll gave it to Garp. But it's kind of close.
Right. We'll probably find out by the end of the day.
Alright. So it's Garp. There you go.
Is it Law or is it Garp? Which one is it? Who wins?
I keep on saying the wrong shit.
Who wins?
Law.
Law wins, okay.
Alright. I apologize. It's early in the morning.
It's not that early.
I'm not firing at all cylinders.
Should have that coffee.
Well, we had some coffee, but you know, there you go. Moving on to questions.
Very few questions this week, Richard.
The community's dead. The Reverie has been announced, Eric.
Right. It's only put out this thing yesterday though, so you know.
That's true. But the Reverie has been announced.
Thumbnail complete for Mr. JD.
Mr. JD's first Reverie.
He asked me to do a thumbnail. Well, I don't know why I said yes, but I did anyway.
You have to do that today, huh?
I already did it.
You already did it.
Yeah.
Is it spicy?
It's not as complex as Mordred's. I didn't have the time nor the will.
The fucking the treasure and the room.
Yeah,
and
it's just the
okay.
faces of the people.
All right. I thought you already have JD's face.
Yeah, but you know,
Yeah, a new one. All right.
it wasn't the whole setup that took way too long.
Yeah. But there you go. Get it hard for the Reverie. Eric will be on it. I will not be on it. Wait, will I be on it?
All right, I don't know what's going on here.
It's the 8th, right?
I mean, I don't know. I don't even know. We'll figure it out.
We're probably the back end of the Reverie.
We'll jump in if we wanna.
Yeah, it's going to be in the morning for
Yeah.
us. But shout out to the Reverie. Now, other news. Forgot to mention JoJo Part 6 coming back finally.
JoJo Show returns.
September 1st. Jolene battling it out in the Punisher
I still gotta
War.
watch this trailer. I haven't seen this trailer.
Battling it out in the Punisher War, Eric.
Now you
Tournament of
told me
Power.
Tournament of Power. Is it real? Is it real?
It's real.
Okay.
I told you. I'm not
I want to
lying.
see fights that don't involve Jolene winning because there's
No,
a secret
it's,
string.
it's rawness.
Okay.
It's straight raw boxing.
Show me your hands.
You'll see it.
Okay.
There you go. So, Part 6 coming back finally for Tournament of Power. And, of course, more Dio flashbacks.
Maybe is the most famous one in this one.
It's the most famous one in this one. I think it is.
Okay.
So you're going to enjoy
That'll,
it.
that'll hit Twitter.
And you're going to enjoy some classic Iraqi nonsense.
We're talking animals?
We're talking
Science?
weird rituals to achieve heaven.
Okay.
And Eric's going to have so many questions about this ritual.
And Christian doesn't have answers.
And I have answers.
Oh, you have answers.
Because it comes from some crazy fucking backwater conspiracy shit. Alright?
See, people don't know this about Christian, but he's the master of conspiracies.
I enjoy the conspiracy theories. I don't believe them. They're fun. Alright?
He likes the Cabal aspects.
The Cabal, it's fun. Conspiracy theories are fun. We're taking them seriously.
Alright.
But there you go.
To the questions.
To the questions. From Sebastian Porter. I could have phrased my question differently. If the limits of the Nigger fruit are only what his imagination outlines, can he imagine Blackbeard's fruit not working on him?
No.
Is that better phrasing? Now, we said this last week.
Mm.
when he phrased it basically the same way. We understood the question. We disagree with the premise that Luffy can manipulate reality with his imagination.
He can only the imagination aspect only comes into his physical form.
His rubber-esque body.
That's why he can be Giganta. That's why he can go
Flatten.
buff mode.
That's why he could like morph around.
Right.
He's more rubbery. He's more free in this form.
Right.
He can turn shit into rubber. The floor, the lightning.
If you go read the official and the whole context of what the Goro is saying, they're saying his rubbery body is only limited by his freedom. Let's talk about the rubber body, then the freedom.
And whatever he touches, he turns into rubber.
Yes.
We see this with lightning. We see this with Kaido. We see this with the ground. Alright?
Yes.
Turns shit into rubber, and he is rubber. So there you go. It's not some crazy fucking warping
Causality shit.
Alright? Or reality bending bullshit. Alright, relax, please.
Next question.
From Darkoplex. What are the orange and green colors in the tier list, please? They are the Thunderdome wins and losses.
Right. The green characters are still available.
They're still available. The red characters have been knocked out, and the clear characters have not fought anyone yet. So that's how the power system works. Alright, from Jekko. Will Brook, Nami, and Usopp get satisfactory fights in Albath? Well, assuming fights in Albath is a dangerous game.
Usopp has to get something in Albath.
Usopp will get something. I don't know if it's a fight. He'll get a moment.
But he has to have a moment.
He'll have a moment. I don't think we're getting fights in Albath. We might have some bullshit giant nonsense.
Let's get a snipe off between Yasop and Usopp.
I mean, yeah, Shanks, the Red Pirates, all that kind of shit, but yeah. From Dart. Can you do your entirety... What? Entirety... Can you do the show to your entirety as a next first chapter review? It is made by the same person that did A Silent Voice. Now, Dart, why do you want us to do some, I'm assuming, some romance, slice of life bullshit?
That might be interesting, though, because we haven't done that before.
But Eric,
we can roast it. That'll be my...
We could roast it.
That could be entertaining. There could be value.
Could be value there. But Eric, the next one we promised would be Trojan X.
And Senato, special guest.
Senato, special guest. Maybe that's the 4th episode of this Halloween, this Hell month. But perhaps
to end the hell, we bring in the Senato.
The final round of hell.
The final round.
The final round of hell. Trojan X.
The people can hear
Senato.
his cap and spin.
Of course, you have to deal with it. But there you go. Thank you for listening to the College Show.
We appreciate the people coming.
You know, it's always a shit show. Who turns up, who doesn't turn up.
That's why we didn't do it in a year.
We didn't do it in a year because the time zone nonsense, alright?
But also, you know.
It's a shit show.
Right.
But we got through it. We hope we brought you some entertainment.
Next week, Damage Calc.
The damage calculation.
The official
special.
one.
Now, I already know people are going to be upset. They're going to call bullshit. They're going to think Punk Vice did 20% damage. Zoro's Ashura did 40%.
No. We'll give you the real numbers.
We'll give you the real numbers.
Anyway.
Alright, next week, get ready for the real numbers. Shakers the strongest, Shakers the Go King.
Good night.
Good night.